Your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? And hey, West Coast is in the building. Landlord is in the building. So when the three of us combine our powers, we are Dallas Cowboys Uncut. What y'all boys got
Absolutely.
going though, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening, man? We back in it. We got to give them this third dose of the dope content we got for them, man, for the Cowboys. Let's get it.
Right? It looked like the Wi-Fi monster has once again attacked West, but
Oh,
we, we
no.
we will hold it down until he's able to reconnect. God bless America.
Wait a minute. What they got to do with anything?
God bless America. God save the Queen. Hey, we going in.
We got
Hey,
to slide for West Coast, man. Hey, we got to
hey,
slide for West
we
Coast.
got to slide for West, man. Hey, we
The,
got to
the
slide.
Wi-Fi monster over here attacking West Coast. We got to slide for him.
Man, they tried to assassinate West Coast, but he's back. My boy back.
He's back.
Back fully rejuvenated, what the hell, I
We
don't know the
look
word.
at it.
Hey, what's good, Wes?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, man. You're back. Can you hear me?
You don't want to say nothing. You're acting shy. I never seen West Coast act shy, so this is a first. It's a first.
You good, Wes? Can you hear us?
Well,
While that matter gets resolved, let's
yeah.
continue. Let's show some love. Spin back gang in the building.
Spin back gang.
Hey, it's too easy. Said, hey, we back third time. Yeah, this is the third show of the day.
Third
This is the
time's the
first.
charm.
Hey, this is the first uncut show. So all them swear words you were saving, all the violence you were saving for Eagle fans and 49ers fans. Saying when it's uncut, they show all the graphic violence. They don't cut out any of the language. So this is Cowboys Uncut. We done triple team the Eagles. We done jumped them out, stumped them out. It's over with.
You get to see all the graphic violence that you want to see, metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
This ain't the Game of Thrones beheading people and stuff, but
Hey, you see Cowboy Click, he done got all his cuss words out. He got the S, the D, the F, the H. He Gucci. He said, okay, let's get it.
And one whop. He got him. He got it done.
Wop. He done met his quota. Curtis Wilbur, what's up with you? Charlie Jones. It's too easy. Little baby 38. Let's see what's in the building. Raymond Silas.
Trey Day Fargo in the building.
Nicholas English, man. Charlie Jones. Who else is slid in here? Chris
Neil
Davis.
in here slapping Eagles fans already, Mr. Neil. Good grief.
Hey, Jameson Taylor, what's up with you? Heist, what's up with y'all, man? Salute to y'all good folks, man. Hey, y'all know the rules and regulations when y'all stop by and show love to the West Coast, to the liquor store, to the trap. You got to hit them like buttons. JJ the Mime is in the building. Got to hit them like buttons. Got to hit the share button. And since we manifesting that 6th championship, you make sure you share the content 6 times. 6 Facebook groups, 6 group chats, 6 whatever, 6 social media platforms. It don't matter. Share the content 6 times so we can manifest that 6th championship, y'all. Hold on. Let's bring West back in the building. Let's see what's going on. Also,
shout out to Joe Tranchina. Shout out to all the people in the trap. Cowboys Click. Shout out to who else in the building with me? Shout out to Rage Black Choi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but forgive me. You know who I'm talking to. Shout out to Nick with 2 C's in the building. Miss Patrice Langford in the building. Who else rocking with me? Mr. Charlie Jones in the building. Cowboys AJ in the building. Shout out to everybody rocking with me in the trap. Hit that like and share for the squad if you don't mind. If you got time and you don't mind.
You got time and you don't mind, it's time to shine. Let's get it. Trey Fargo asks, what's going on with Sam Williams' injury? He got turf toe. He's day to day.
They said it isn't significant and it shouldn't hold him back. He should be good to go for game 1.
They say a lot of things.
They do.
I gotta watch side eyes. So turf toe injury. You wanna always watch that. But they say that he'll be okay. We'll figure it out down the line. We'll figure it out.
I think he'll be all right.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. So what we talking about, man? This chapter one, this 17 chapters in the regular season, and of course, we hope that there are at least 3 chapters in the postseason. So, chapter one, volume one. This is like Genesis in the Bible. This is how it all started. This is when Adam, had Eve, and God said, "Let there be light." God said, "Let there be light" on the Dallas Cowboys season, and everything came into fruition, and everything came into focus, and it was what it was, and it wasn't what it wasn't. So man. Hey, Joe said turf toe is a hoe. It is a hoe. It's a hoe and it's a
Yeah, I
hoe.
be wilding out of the chat.
He said it's a hoe and a baby back. Indeed, man. So but what are your thoughts, man? I know that we covered the Giants a little bit in our original show, but give me some key matchups. Give me some guys you want to see shine. Right, the same way we looked at it in the preseason. Who is our guy you want to see take on their guy?
I want to see, I wouldn't say particularly player matchup. I'd say a position group matchup. I want to see our linebackers against Saquon. I want to see Damone Clark show up. I want to see LVE, put his foot in the dirt and shoot the gaps. I want to see him be aggressive. I want to see him play downhill rather. And I want to see how good we can do against Saquon. I want to see this defensive line, cause some havoc in the middle, and I want to see our linebackers roam free. That's what I want to see. I want to see a free roaming LVE. That's the best version of the Wolf Hunter you're gonna get.
Man, I would say, I think the matchup that I want to see, and that is a very key matchup, the one you spoke on. We know, they were bottom of the pack passing offense, 26 to be exact, but they were a top 5 rushing offense, fourth to be exact. So we know that, everything that the Giants do starts and ends with Saquon Barkley, and of course Daniel Jones also in their running game. So if you neutralize their run game, you greatly increase your opportunity to be impactful and win the game. Hey, what's up with you, Wes? Can you hear us?
Man, I will never give up.
We talking about key matchups on the Giants. So give us a key matchup that you want to see for the Cowboys and Giants.
I would think Saquon Barkley versus. Well, actually, it would be my the Saquon Barkley versus the ends. But more importantly, I would think Saquon Barkley and the guard and the center versus Mozzie Smith and this linebacking core. I think that's going to be the tone setter for this game because Saquon Barkley, he made a lot of, he made a lot of, he basically held out. Came back, got a contract for basically $500,000 more than what he would have got on the franchise tag on a 1-year deal. So he's definitely going to be trying to prove it. Now, Daniel Jones, he's making $45 million this year. So, right now, I think if he wants to look good and Saquon got something to prove, I think they're going to definitely come into this season trying to lean on Saquon Barkley. And I would think, right out the gate, Dallas Cowboys are going to get a heavy dose of that. I think right out the gate, the Dallas Cowboys are going to get a heavy dose of the Giants running the game. It's basically, everybody knew they were going to pay Daniel Jones. We were just kind of surprised at what they paid him. But Saquon Barkley kind of forced his hand on them. So because of that, I would think they're going to have a heavy game plan to try to use him. So especially considering the Dallas Cowboys, drafted Mozzie Smith. So, I can already see the storylines already. So I think that's going to be a key matchup. And don't just say that it's just, Mozzie Smith versus Saquon Barkley. Not, because it's going to be the whole defensive line versus them. You know what I'm saying? That inside defensive line and then those linebackers.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same matchup I see because I'm pretty confident on the other matchups, but I don't know why I'm getting this feedback, but one of the other matchups I'm excited to see is J. Ron versus Darren Waller. And I think he's gonna be the perfect guy for that matchup too, because he's been battle tested. He's been through the Travis Kelce's. He's been through the Gronkowski's. He done been through a whole gauntlet of all the best tight ends there is. And I think he did a good job. So I don't think it's no different with Waller coming in. I believe J-Ron will be locked in, locked up on him. I would shadow him. He's a talented player. I would send J-Ron wherever he go. That's what I do. I match them up head up. And J Run is a tall guy. Waller is tall and athletic, but J Run is a special kind of guy at a safety position. He got enough bulk on him, length, and he can move like a smaller player too. So I think that's the best. That's going to be another key matchup for our defense.
I mean, to be honest with you, I want that. I would love for the Giants to come in here and want to go get the ball to Darren Waller, because that means Micah Parsons is going to have an opportunity to get to the quarterback. Because Darren Waller can only be effective in this game if the Giants are trying to get the ball to him. Now, I think that's a really good point, man. I mean, if you really think about it, man, this Giants offense is low key kind of improved, and I would think they're gonna. But the cool thing about it is though, everything that we're saying, what it also sounds like? Short football. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound like anything that's gonna be like, I feel like Trayvon Diggs may have a clean uniform at the end of the game. I feel like Stephon Diggs may have clean uniforms at the end of this game. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're going to play a lot of short ball. I do agree with you when you say that they're going to Darren Waller. These are their new toys. Saquon Barkley, technically that's a new toy because you just paid for him. So yeah, man, that sounds like short ball to me. But it also sounds like if they're going to be trying to get the ball to Waller, at least I would say Waller gets at least 10 to 12 targets. That doesn't mean receptions, but I could definitely see him getting 10 to 12 targets in this game. And, if that's the case, that means Micah Parsons is going to have extra opportunities to try to get to him.
How about you, Hen? Did you do yours?
In regards to what?
Your key matchup. You asked me, I answer. I asked Wes.
Okay. All right, my key matchup is probably going to be Curse against Waller. Like you mentioned, the reason that I said that is you're right. The new toy, they want to utilize him. When they played in the preseason, they featured him like he was the number one wide receiver. The way he was getting targeted. So Darren Waller is more of a receiving tight end than anything else. And we also know that Brian Daboll is a play action guy. So they will generate opportunities for there to be one-on-one matchups. A lot of time they implement the RPO concept with Daniel Jones because of his ability as a runner. But remember, the reason that Daniel Jones got paid was not really because of his passing. It was because of what he did on the ground, right? The 700 rushing yards, the 7 rushing touchdowns. And Brian Daboll, he made his name in Buffalo with Josh Allen. Daniel Jones is basically like the discount version of Josh Allen in his offense. He's gonna let him run the ball. He's gonna let him keep the ball in the run game. They're gonna generate play action opportunities for them. And what they did not do, they did not get big name wide receivers, but they added a lot of speed. They brought back Darius Slayton, who's a 4-3 guy. They added Paris Campbell's a 4-3 guy. They brought back. They brought in a Darren Waller, who's like a 4-4 guy at the tight end position. We know the game speed that Saquon Barkley has. So they may not have great named wide receivers, but they added speed. So they're going to generate some one-on-one opportunities for them to take shots eventually.
Jalen Hyatt's a burner too.
Look, this is what I was about to just get into that on the segue. I was finna say, okay, I think the Cowboys got this game handled. But let's say, for instance, in this crazy world, let's pretend that we are the Giants OC. How would you try to attack the Cowboys defense? Because they kind of in a messed up situation. Huh?
Run the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah, but look, because when you were this gonna be quick. When you were saying about the burners, they really pretty much just defeated the purpose. That's counterproductive. You got burners, but you ain't gonna be able to throw the ball. So go ahead.
You won't be able to throw the ball, just dropping back and throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But when you have a running quarterback and you have a good running back, you can generate those opportunities to get them the ball on the outside by leading with the run and then play actioning or RPOing into the opportunities that we mentioned. So you can't just drop back a 5-step drop, 7-step drop against Michael Parsons, right? He's gonna kick that. He's gonna kick that tackle's ass. It doesn't matter because he goes against Tyron Smith in practice. So he goes against the best possible tackles. So it doesn't matter. He's gonna win eventually. So instead of just dropping back, you're going to have to slow that pass rush down somehow. Either it be screens, either it be play action, either it be running the football. So, they're going to get their opportunities to throw the ball, but it's going to be set up by their production on the ground.
You
Whether
know
it
what
be
I
with it,
think? Oh,
what's
go
up?
ahead. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say one of my keys. It sounds like it's the same, but it's different. Not only would they run the ball, I think the key to their game is to stick with the run. Cause I think the Cowboys will be strong. Like at the beginning of the game, we usually be strong. It be the teams who have a commitment to the run that get to the Cowboys. Like when they like, sir, we are going to run the ball. That's when it ends up kind of burning us. So if the Giants come out early handing the ball off and it don't work and they get away from it, this game could be dangerous for them. They could get blown out, I feel like. Because if they get in a situation, don't let them get down either. If they get down, they in trouble. If they get in a
And I ain't gonna
situation,
lie, and I'm gonna tell you that is really the Giants' MO, man. Because if you go look at almost every Giants game that they play, it's the games are always different in the first quarter versus the fourth quarter. Because in the first quarter, Saquon, and I'm gonna tell you, Saquon Barkley always have his big run. You know what I'm saying? You know, he always get his little whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then they go to Daniel Jones. But one thing I do want to make sure is I want to make sure that if there's someone is doing some running, that it is Saquon Barkley, because a way that you can attack the Dallas Cowboy defense is running with the quarterback himself. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, taking Daniel Jones's legs away from him in this game is going to be also key. And also, you know, last year when he was running up the middle, man, like, you know, and LVE was, you know, not necessarily able to make those tackles, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's going to be another thing too, is making sure that these tackles can clog those holes up. So we want Daniel Jones running up on the outside, you know what I'm saying? Because you got DeMarcus Lawrence over there, you got Sam Williams over there, you got Micah Parsons over there, you got a gang of people over there who can chase, you know what I'm saying?
true.
I agree with that. I can dig that. So, you know, but we know how they want to attack us. Like let's segue and say how we want to attack them, and I think it's pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
If we were to look at the deficiencies of the New York Giants and the deficiencies of the Dallas Cowboys in terms of defense, neither one of us really stopped the run all that much last year. Now they were a worse run defense than us. They were like 26. I think we were like 17th or something like that. But if you were to ask, you know, what you would have more success doing against either team, you would say running the football. So, you know, I believe the Dallas Cowboys should take a page out of the Giant books in terms of how to attack them. I would lean on Tony Pollard, Enrico Dow, Deuce Vaughn. Like, y'all gonna get some burn this first game out. Especially Tony Pollard. Like, listen, Ezekiel Elliott is no longer here. You're supposed to be running back number one. You're making $10 million this year. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys, you know, put the ball in Tony Pollard's hands, and at least to start out. So they might get cute down the line and put a Rico or a Deuce Vaughn in, but I would lean with Tony Pollard, especially since I know that he's a big play running back to start. I would generate those opportunities, especially in this zone run scheme, to try and get him on the edge, to try and, you know, maybe even use that fullback that we brought on. You made the team. You gonna have to earn. Yeah. You gonna have to earn your money.
Make them big boys run too.
Yeah,
they got Lawrence and I keep forgetting the other guy.
They got Lawrence,
Leonard Williams. They got Lawrence and Leonard Williams over there.
Antoine Robinson, and they got Roque.
They low-key got a who's who name on defense.
Yeah, they defensive line strong now. So, but you know, the best way to attack some big guys is to make them run. You know, make them run to the outside, stretch. Because I don't have too much fear in their linebacking core. You know. But I think we'll be able to attack them on that end. And I feel like they secondary is still not you know, it's not good enough to deal with what we gonna have on the offensive side. Like, bro, who is gonna guard Brandon Cooks? Like, who is gonna guard him? You ain't got nobody to guard CeeDee Lamb. You ain't even got nobody to guard him. And then you think about guarding Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup and dealing with this passing game. I mean, this run game. Like, bro, it's gonna be crazy. And I got something for you too, Wes. This gonna be. I made this scenario on the show with him earlier when I was like, just imagine running to the right side when you got the boy Schoonmaker, you got a real blocking tight end, and you got Hunter Luke in there, and you running to the right side with Steele and Zach Martin.
That's a lot of good blocking.
Them boys gonna move something, ain't it, Wes? That's the running the damn ball you been wanting to talk about right now.
Right. And that's a good point, man. And I mean, that's why I said in this game, that's why I said if the Dallas Cowboys can break the habit of starting slow, I definitely think that this game has that blowout effect on it. And it would be a great moment. It would be really good going into that next week to the New York Jets because, having momentum going into that game. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all the moving pieces on offense. So, I mean, Dak Prescott, you saw what he did with Will Grier, 31 points. So this offense definitely has the ability to put some points on the board. It's just going to be about being able to be consistent and doing that. And I know that one thing I know for sure is the defense going to show up. So you're going to have the defense. You're going to have the defense there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, I think you put on paper.
I'm talking about the Quincy said they got double. No. They outside linebackers, though. Like, they ain't off-ball linebackers, though.
You talking about Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons can play all over the
field. Isaiah Simmons is really going to be like an edge rusher almost.
They edges, though.
Yeah, so I'm not too.
They got like, they run a 3-4, so they got like 7 freaking linebackers on their team.
Yep. Yeah. And, another thing about the 3-4, while it is good, for if you want to be multiple, you want to try to bring different people and rush the quarterback, it has a known weakness against the run. Like you stay in a 3-4, you move them linebackers. You don't have an extra big guy up front, right? You're more suitable to move a linebacker than you are the defensive end in the run game. So because you have those extra linebackers on, you can go big and run against those fronts. And that's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I mean, you got to think like this. The Cowboys tried to do it. We tried to switch to a 3-4, and that mess did not work for us. Over Zoom, but I mean that mess did not work for us.
Not work for us. So I like the way that our team matches up against them. Like
we could have a mean 3-4 right now, though. To be real,
I would rather have the front that we have right now because
Action Pal said, "How can you expect them to start anything but slow if starters ain't had any game time action?" That's a legitimate question.
They balled out against the Bucks a couple years ago like that.
Yep.
Dak wasn't even there. Dak came straight in and went crazy. So it's possible.
Yeah, and listen, that is the caveat because I would believe the amount of practice they put in, us having a veteran team, because Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, this is their 4th year together. This Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb 4th year. Dak Prescott has been with Michael Gallup since 2018, so they got a good rapport together. Offensive line outside of Terrence, not Terrence Steele, but offensive line outside of Tyler Smith. Damn, all these T's and S's messed me up. But offensive line outside of Tyler Smith have all been at the same spot for years together at this point. So there's a lot of turnover on the offense. I would understand if there was a bunch of new parts, but a lot of these guys have played together.
Yeah, so, I don't see it taking Dak more than a series or so.
I don't think it's a series. Because listen, if there's any team that we start fast against in the season openers, it's the Giants.
It's the Giants.
It's like 2019 when we made Kellen Moore look like he was gonna be that dude his first game out against the Giants.
It's like Dak had he had a natural vendetta against them.
His
rookie year, it's like he hate the Giants and he makes sure he do them bad every time.
Yeah, it's like a unsaid understanding that Dak Prescott's gonna go crazy against the Giants.
Yeah.
So there's any
team
to start the season against this deal. But go ahead, Wiz.
Hey, but you know what? That's a fair point. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. Like, also has to do with this, man. The Dallas Cowboys offense, as long as you're doing things that are within what you've basically been doing, a lot of the parts are not necessarily. I mean, because think about this: everybody that's coming to this offense is basically coming into the offense. This is something that they've already seen before. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are changing terminology and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think, at the end of the day, man, versus the Giants, I think it's going to be very, very pivotal for the Cowboys to come out and show well. And one would also say that, hey, preseason games do matter because Aaron Rodgers played in the preseason too. So, it's all really going to come down to DAK. That's all it is, man. Like, if I tell you, if Dak come out and Dak is cool, he's one thing I like about Dak is, man, and a lot of people don't give him credit, is he's a type of dude that's able to kind of like get the offense going, and then it was always Kellen Moore stupid play calling that you'd be like, what the, you know what I'm saying? It would be more of those times than Dak Prescott throwing an interception and messing the game up. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
And a lot of times, let's just be real. A lot of times when them interceptions did happen, even though some of them did tip off the receivers, those were in panic crunch modes. Like when we needed fourth downs or we were trying to throw Hail Marys, because two of them was on Hail Marys. People don't give them credit for that either, too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So it's like as long as I feel, as long as Dak is on rhythm, like you said, with CeeDee Lamb and CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, I think the offense is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the offense is gonna be fine.
Yeah, and listen, Dak Prescott has much more control of the offense this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, he always had
31 points.
Yeah, he always had control of the offense at the line, but you know, they're allowing him to do it. That's it. What's that? Damn.
Say what?
You can hear that too.
Say what?
It's
y'all hear
echoing.
that? The echo. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyway, like West Coast, like yeah, Dak Prescott has always had control of the offense at the line, but even more so, they're allowing him to you know, to get in and out of plays more. So what they're saying is they're giving him more, you know, more options at the line to attack the defense. So you know, I feel because Dak Prescott knows the game, I feel that because Dak Prescott, you know, is going into year 8. You know, he's 30 years old and seen a whole bunch of defensive looks, a whole bunch of concepts against him at this point. You really can't trick Dak Prescott at this point, man.
I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about that. You know, I think Dak gonna be ready to go.
And you know what?
What's up?
I'm gonna tell you this right here. Your head coach allowing him to call plays and letting everybody know that he was calling plays is also like your head coach telling the world that like my quarterback is a smart dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's letting him know that you. I mean, because think about this, I mean, you put something out there and Dak goes out there and only scores 6 points. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? But that's McCarthy saying that he has 100% faith in Dak Prescott. You feel me? And that's a bold statement. That's a statement I don't think they would have made with Kellen Moore on this team.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So and that also lets me know that like there was these moments, you know, now it always didn't work out for Baltimore Ravens, but there was these moments that on fourth downs over the last 2 years where Jim Harbaugh actually came to Lamar Jackson and asked him, hey, Lamar, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? And they went with now, they were 50-50 on these chances, you know what I'm saying? But I just like that the faith that he's an offensive coordinator head coach too, has in his quarterback. And to be honest with you, man, like that's what it really should be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like an organization, like I'm gonna be honest with you. Look at the organizations who are led, who live and by their quarterback. Those are all the organizations that are pretty much good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Chiefs live and die by Patrick Mahomes. What he says go, that's what we're doing. And guess what? They're winning championships. When Tom Brady was in freaking New England, they lived and died by Tom Brady. And guess what they did? They had 6 championships.
Yeah.
Then Tampa Bay went and tried to do the same thing. Guess what they did? They got a championship.
Yeah.
When you live and die, but when your organization surrounds yourself by your quarterback and say, this is what we're going to live and die by, this guy is on the field. He can tell us what we need to make this team better so that we can compete for a Super Bowl. Those are the type of teams. You know what I'm saying?
You
And I'm
know,
telling you this right now. Philadelphia is a trait. Philadelphia has a trait right now with Jalen Hurts and what they're doing.
Yeah, I was about to say one of the recurring things of what you was just saying about the quarterbacks is most of those quarterbacks had power too. They had power to say, hey, I want this. You know what I'm saying? I need that. And the organization went and met their needs. Like Patrick Mahomes wants a receiver, they go trade and go get a receiver. That went what you didn't see that had Dak had that type of authority in the past years, especially not last year. He didn't have no receiver. He had just CeeDee Lamb. So now it looks like that Mike McCarthy gonna give him a little more leeway to be able to meet his needs. Like I said, I made an argument that we usually go against Dak Prescott, which is just crazy. Like the team look like they want to bet against the young man instead of betting with him. These people that you named, they bet with their quarterback. The Chiefs betting with his quarterback. The Bucks was betting with Tom Brady. The Patriots betting with him. Like you gotta actually accommodate your quarterback to what he wants and needs. Who know what a quarterback need better than the quarterback? You see what I'm saying? Nobody could tell him what he need better than him. So they should give the quarterback a little priority. That is if what your organization believes in you and they feel like they trying to get to the promised land together. Everybody needs their input so we can get this done collectively. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that too, man. And listen, like Dak Prescott, it's good enough of a quarterback where you need to get his input. And if you're a well-run organization, like you said, you should be trying to find out what can help your players, put them in a better position to win, make them comfortable. And like we always used to use the term Dak friendly. Well, Kellen Moore throwing the ball 40 times, but not a Dak friendly offense, was it?
Nah. Him never wanted to run the ball, win either.
Them never wanted to run the ball. Them telling Dak Prescott not to run. Like the things that made Dak Prescott a quarterback worthy of the starting job, they try to clip him a bit, right? So I feel moving forward, man, as long as we play to his strengths with the offensive personnel that we have in this new system, we should be fine, right? Because listen, we asked for screens. There's gonna be more screens this year. We asked for Dak Prescott to run the start back running the ball when the opportunity was there. He said out of his own mouth that he wanted to do that, right? We talked about giving these guys more opportunity to make plays, right? We were 28 in total yak yardage under Kellen Moore his entire tenure, right? Mm-hmm. We were 28, and then last year we were 4th in curl routes ran. CeeDee Lamb, the most targeted routes he had, the most catches he's had was on curl routes. So you asked me in that situation was
1,400 yards. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he still got 1,400 yards.
Now look at this though. I think the easiest way to figure out what we should do is to look at the player skill set. Like, when it comes to CeeDee Lamb, what you think he do the best? One of CeeDee Lamb's superpowers is yak. Or, route running. Now, I think he done became a great route runner as well these days. So now you look at Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is really a deep threat, and he's a possession-type receiver as well. Then you got Brandon Cooks. You got somebody who can stretch the defense. You need to be doing plays that make them highlight those skill sets. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Kellen Moore was doing any of this stuff. If you look at the skill set of your players on offense, that should tell you everything you need to do. You thought about, you said we need to do screens. You want to know why that's a good idea? Because you got players that do well in space. You got Deuce Vaughn. You got Kavontae Turpin. You got Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? You got players who will perform well in space. Brandon Cooks a space-type player too. So when you look at the skill set of the players, you match that with the scheme and the philosophy of the offense, it should be a perfect marriage. That's all it is. You need to make that be obviously what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. It's funny because my boy had the #1 draft pick in fantasy, and he took Austin Eckler, and he was like, man, I'm gonna run the ball with him, and I was like, man, ain't Kellen Moore the offensive coordinator? He's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know, man.
He gonna have some hits. He don't even throw to the running back either, though. He don't run or throw to the running back.
That's what I was like, I don't know, man. And then they got a gang of wide receivers, man. They got Kellen Moore is the one guy who won a football game running the football, and then came on a press conference and said, I was so tempted when we really wanted to throw the ball. Like, what?
Sound like crackhead.
Pookie. Boss don't call him Pookie Moore. Shout out to Boss Cowboy.
Shout out to Boss.
They call that man Pookie Moore. He fiending to throw the ball, man. He just fiending. See, like, one thing I think we need to elaborate on, because some people might not be hip about it. When we say he don't run the ball, we're not saying that he doesn't hand the ball to the running back. That's not what we're saying. We saying that he don't run with a plan. He don't run willingly. He runs just to get the run off the play sheet. That's what we're saying. We're not saying that he never attempts to run. We're not saying that. We're saying that he don't run with passion. He don't have a scheme. He's not drawing up real run plays. He's just running the ball. Just plain Jane run the ball. You know what I'm saying? He running Zeke into straight, about 8-man boxes, just running straight up the middle every time. Like,
just cause.
He's not doing it with no creativity or nothing. So it's a difference between running the ball and actually trying to run. That's what I say. Like, actually trying to run the ball.
Yeah, and then he doesn't have a desire to run the ball too. So it's like it's like when you're doing something, but you're doing it out of spite. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Mhm.
ran the ball out of spite. So that, I mean, that's my big thing this year, man. The Cowboys technically are gonna have 4 guys that can run the ball, and one being a fullback. My hope is that, man, everybody thought that I'm Mr. Run the damn ball. So of course I want the Dallas Cowboys to have a fullback. I do. But at the same time, I also feel like stopping the damn run is equally important, because that's part of the reason why we've been losing these games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my hope, honestly, is that Hunter gets the opportunity to showcase what he can do in the blocking game and in the short yard games too. But I mean, I hope Deuce Vaughn gets his opportunity too in that short game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is going to make the Cowboys predictable. So, I mean, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott working together, man, I think that's going to be the caveat that kind of like helps us get around, when we're moving running backs in, because there's going to be times, I think, where we're going to be having wholesale changes, like where you're going to have like a running back and a wide receiver coming in the field at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Mike McCarthy got a lot of leeway for these packages that he can use too. Just like we were
Mike
talking
McCarthy got
about.
a lot of leeway, period, this year.
Yeah, I think he can cook if he want to, because he got a lot of different skill sets that he can mix and match. You know what I'm saying? You can have Deuce and Tone on the field together if you want to. That's tough to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
I will also say you only telegraph it with Hunter if you're not using Hunter in the run blocking game. If he only comes in and lines up as a tailback. Yeah, if he only comes in and lines up as a tailback, like, hey, I'm gonna swap you out, Tony Pollard out, and put Hunter in. I think it comes as a it'll become telegraph. But if he's out there actually blocking as a fullback, and you just turn around and hand it to him short yard as a fullback, I don't think you can really account for it at that point.
With that versatility he got, I wouldn't mind him getting some tight end reps. Know what I'm saying? Think about it. He can be an extra blocker. You wouldn't have to be able to predict every time he get in the game, oh, they finna run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get that predictable. So he's a versatile player that can catch. We know he can catch. You ain't even got to run him no route for real. Just line him up at tight end sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and let him block. Or just do a little fake route sometimes. So it won't get predictable. So you don't want that to be a indicator, like soon as he get in the game, it's run time. Know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just dress up, make it real for me. I don't know what the hell that means.
So that means everybody's gonna have to at least feel like they can do everything.
Yeah. You gotta use that versatility at least a little bit. We don't want to get predictable.
And hey, what we talk about making stupid smart. We make stupid smart. We may not always agree with the decisions, but we come up with a way in our mind. We know we think good. So we come up with a way in our mind that makes sense. Damn it, we might have found some.
Yeah. Because like I said, he is a versatile player. You can have him in the as a running back. You better be using him. That's all I'm gonna say. If you picking him over some other talented players, you need to be using them. You definitely need to be using.
He's on this team and Isaiah Land isn't. He better.
They better use this kid.
Man, I think everybody's gonna be watching Isaiah Land this year.
I like his skill set though.
Yeah,
I like his skill set.
I like Hunter's skill set.
I like his skill set too.
Yeah, but like, I just felt like the Dallas Cowboys could have. I don't even think it's about Hunter at this point for me. I feel like the fact that I didn't agree with the Bohannon move, and I didn't agree with the Isaiah Land move. Because I felt you could have manipulated the roster a little bit more, the same way that you did. Because listen, you could have cut your kicker.
Did Quinn get picked up?
I have no idea.
Huh?
Did Quinn Bohannon get claimed by anybody?
I was about to say, I know he got cut. I don't know.
It's a very good question. I know Simi got claimed.
They ain't even bring him back.
Simi got claimed by who?
The Steelers. That's a good wide receiver place to go, but we don't know about him making it though.
Matter of fact, Anthony Brown went to the Steelers as well.
Yeah. AB.
So 2 former Dallas Cowboys joined the Steelers organization. But hey, salute to them, man. I hope their football careers continue. He said did the Lions put up Quinn Bohannon? Let me take a look.
That's interesting if they did.
That's very interesting.
And we play him this year too, so we'll see if he gets on the field. Yeah, he's an American football player for the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they picked him up.
So Q got picked. I mean, dang, it's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it lets you know how good these defensive guys are, man. As our defensive guys, man, they get cut and they immediately get picked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so more power to Quinn. I listen. I thought he deserved a roster spot. I thought he looked pretty good.
Am said, let's run with a purpose. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
that word. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, y'all go ahead.
I about to say that word purpose been peeking his head out in the Cowboys organization lately too. That sound like some bulletin board stuff. Cause I'm telling you, the stuff that they put emphasis on, that means they felt like it was a lack of that last year. That's all that means. It's like they come out here talking about purpose and plays with a purpose, play purpose. You hear Dak saying this stuff, like the purpose of these plays. So that's crazy right there. That right there should let you know that they are determined to make something out of these plays. You know what I'm saying?
And it also lets you know that they felt like a lot of the play calling last year had no purpose.
That's what I'm saying. If they put emphasis on it this year, that means it was a problem last year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. Hey, we got to link back. We got to make sure we run this thing back later on, man. What's y'all schedule for today? Y'all off?
Yeah, I'm off, but this is my third show, so, I have to see. I got to spend some time with the family. They finna get ready to get off. So
I heard that.
We'll see what we can pull out of there,
All right, my boy. Hey, well, you guys already know what it is on my side, man. It's West Coast Cowboy. Make sure y'all hit that share button, hit that star button. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Never look down because stars up.
Peace.
Hey, did they abandon me? What's went on with them boys, man? They done jumped out the stream. But yeah, man. Hey, thank y'all for tapping in, showing love to the liquor store. I'm out.